Hello, this is Shan Chandrasekhar welcoming you to another delightful part of our programming. As a part of our tribute to 100 years of Indian cinema, we featured some of the stalwarts of the Indian film industry, motion picture producers, directors, stars, music directors and playback singers in the past. We are delighted and honored to welcome an extraordinarily distinguished guest, none other than one of the most familiar faces in the film industry, a pioneer in the film industry, the most talented Tanuja ji. Tanuja ji, our hearty congratulations to you for your Lifetime Achievement Award recently. You had this grand reception where Amit ji gave you this award on the stage, and it was a very memorable event. And this is not the first award. You have received similar awards before, Filmfare Awards in the past as well, and also you've been nominated more than once, and you've received Best Actress, Best Supporting Actress at various stages of your life. Hearty congratulations.
Thank you.
Your legacy and your history and the lineage that you bring into the industry is incredible. I think you're the third generation. Your grandmother was already involved in the film industry. She had done one film.
One.
And your mother, of course, was much more popular. She had done more than one film. So tell me a bit about your lineage.
The families, basically, both my mother's side of the family and my father's side of the family, were never involved in films as such. My mother's side of the family were farmers, were zamindars basically, and my father's side of the family was lawyers and advocates, solicitors, and one of my uncles was in the army. So it was like, but my father was the only one who wanted to be in films. So he was the only one, I think, one of the first people from India to go. He went to Germany to study direction and photography to the Film Institute in Germany. So my father spoke fluent German when I sort of, and my mother's family, very anti-films, but she was wanting to go into films. So my father said, okay, Ginny, I shall marry you. Her name was Sarojini. So he used to call her Ginny. So then she became Shobhna Samarth.
Wow,
because my father was, then he named her Shobhna Samarth.
The lineage in the family, of course, continues with you being one of the most popular film stars of the Indian subcontinent for several decades. And of course, you're like mother, like daughter. I mean, your daughters are following your footsteps. Needless to say, Kajol is one of the biggest names in the film industry, extraordinarily talented actress. And her husband, who's your son-in-law, Ajay Devgan, is an extremely popular star idol of the Indian film industry. Now your second daughter, Tanisha, is becoming very popular, and our congratulations to you. You and Tanisha have now formed a new company, I believe, as well.
Yes, it's called T. Mukherjee Media.
Fantastic.
And we are hoping to make good films. We're looking at subjects. We want to encourage newcomers to come in, new talent to come in as writers, as script writers, as stories, ideas. So let's see what happens.
That's fantastic. Let's rewind. Your early days, you as a child artist.
I was featured in my own mother's production.
Oh, wow.
Shobhna Pictures. We had a production company called Shobhna Pictures where she introduced my elder sister to the screen.
Nutan.
Nutan.
Oh, yeah. Who doesn't know Nutan?
Yes. And I played her childhood in the film.
Wow.
I played my elder sister's childhood in the film. So that was my first time. And
that was almost...
I was about 5.5.
Wow.
Yeah, I was 5.5.
And do you remember that the very first experience in the Indian film industry at that time, was that in color?
No, black and white.
Black and white?
Yeah.
So tell me about that particular experience of yours.
Well, I was 5.5, but very aware of what was going on around me. And I didn't really want to sort of do what I was... they said, okay, come and we'll go to the studio and you go face the camera and do what you were told to do.
Right.
Camera never bothered me. What bothered me was, why did I have to do something that I didn't want to do? And what was so great about it? So my mother said, all right, I'll give you one lemonade.
One lemonade?
Fizzy lemonade, because we were not allowed to drink fizzy drinks, no soda, no lemonade, no nothing. So she blackmailed me like that. And that's how I came into the film industry at that age, yes.
That's interesting. What was the first film in which you played an adult role?
That was, when I came back from school in 1960, I was offered this role by Mr. Kedar Sharma, opposite his son Ashok.
Right.
And the film was called Hamari Yaad Aayegi. was such an amazing experience. I have to tell you this. I'm convent educated.
Right.
And spoke English, thought in English. Everything was in English all my life. Now to do a Hindi film and to be able to speak the dialogue in Hindi and do it correctly.
Wow.
But fortunately for me, I pick up languages by ear. So I'm pretty good with that.
Yeah.
So Sharmaji sort of trained me for 6 months
Right.
in a small little office by explaining to me how many different ways I can say one word and make so many different meanings out of that one word.
Brilliant.
So it's like saying, huh. You know, just say yes, huh. Huh? Huh. Aha. So, you know, it was a different experience for me altogether. And I said, wow, I mean, this is the guy who actually, Sharmaji is the one who explained to me that if you have the talent, you can do all this.
Wow.
So that is how I learned.
And he's the one who created some other
Geeta Bali
Oh,
and Raj Kapoor.
Raj Kapoor, of course, yes.
Also, he introduced, who else was he? I can't remember. Then he introduced me.
Wow. That's fantastic. Well, I have a pleasant surprise for you. When I was a child, you know, I knew him and we used to call him Kidar Uncle because he was a very close friend of my father.
Okay.
And I've had the honor of interviewing him when he came to our studio. And I want you to listen to what he said about that particular film that you were talking about when he made that film.
I made 50 films.
Hats off to you, Uncle.
50 films, not a single scene. I think the outstanding films I have made is Hamari Yaad Aayegi.
Wow, that's fantastic. It doesn't matter how old he was, but he was always very energetic and with that powerful voice.
Absolutely. And that voice is an amazing voice.
Yeah.
I have to tell you this. His voice, it's like my grandmother picked up the phone one day and it was Sharmaji on the phone. And she asked him, he says, who's speaking? So he says, Kedar Sharma. And she said, okay, I'll tell my mother. You know, I'll tell her that. She tells my mother, some female kept calling and telling me that her name was Kedar Sharma. My mother said, you know, hello, excuse me, that was Kedar Sharma. Because he was like my guru, you know, he was an amazing person.
Yeah.
He's telling me, he says, no, I'm not going to call you Tanuja. I said, why? He says, मैं तेरे को बोलूँगा, if I say to you, Tanuja, so you'll go away. So I'm going to tell you Tanu. So he always called me Tanua. And I used to call him Sharam Aji. So this was our thing. Yeah, he was an amazing human being.
Incredible interaction. Tell me about the description and the evolution of the Indian film industry. From the days of people like Kedar Sharma and some of the stalwarts that you had worked with later as well, how has the film industry evolved? Is there a different attitude between directors and artists now as compared to what used to exist at that time?
I think the relationship between the actor and the director depends on the individual.
Yeah.
So if it has changed, it will only change if the directors and the actors themselves change their attitude towards each other. So I don't know anything about that. For me, my director is my director.
Right.
And I do what he tells me to do.
Right.
And if I have a good understanding with him, then he and I cooperate with each other to see to it that the performance that I give is to the best that can be got, what he wants and what I am able to give as well.
Excellent. So tell me a bit about your experience working with Jitendra and Jine Kira.
It was great fun because, you know, he used to tell me, he says, I'm older than you, so you have to behave yourself. I said, okay. I said, you're older than me. Yeah, but seniority-wise, I said, I'm older than you in the film industry.
Yeah.
So this was a constant little thing that we used to have.
Yeah.
But we had fun doing that film together. But it was very complicated kind of story.
Yeah.
And it was fun doing it because it had so many shades to it.
Yeah.
Like I'm supposed to be paralyzed, and then how I, start walking again. We he sort of empowers me.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm actually not paralyzed due to any thing. It's a psychological paralysis.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah. So it was a very interesting subject to do as an artist, to be able to do that.
इनकी इंसानियत की ऊंचाइयों को मैं बाद में पहचाना।
You know, before too long, you know, you had two big hits. One was Anubhav with Sanjeev Kumar, and the other one was Haathi Mere Saathi with Rajesh Khanna. Now I have interviewed them all. With Rajesh Khanna in that film, you had some lovely duets, popular songs. Kishore Kumar's great songs were in that movie, and there were some very nice romantic scenes of yours there as well. What was it like to work with a person like Rajesh Khanna? What was your interaction with a hero like that?
On the screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you worked with so many important big heroes, like you worked with Dharmender, Jitendra, Rajesh Khanna, so many artists.
Like where Rajesh Khanna was concerned, it was more of a professional relationship.
Right.
I didn't know him personally, I mean, privately at all.
Right.
Except when he got married to Dimple, then
Right.
he worked for my husband
Yeah.
as a hero as well. So that's when we got to know him a little better. But when I did Haathi Mere Saathi,
Yeah.
I didn't know him at all.
I have some lovely scenes from Haathi Mere Saathi. I want you to watch that with me.
Okay.
अगर तुझे अपनी जान प्यारी तो चले जा यहाँ से।
One of the finest star idols of India, none other than Amit ji, you know. Amitabh Bachchan acted with you in Pyar Ki Kahani, and the film was a big success. It was a major box office hit. And Amit ji still remembers that film.
She was my first leading lady in a film called Pyar Ki Kahani.
Because even when he gave you the award, after Lifetime Achievement Award at the film fair, I distinctly remember Amitabh Bachchan mentioning about you and that particular film.
Present the Lifetime Filmfare Award to this great star, Tanuja.
Again, congratulations. That was not the only film that you worked with Amitabh. You worked with him in Yarana as well, right?
Yes.
So tell me about your interaction with Amit ji and, you know, and that period when Amitabh Bachchan became such a big hit, you know, for that matter. Icon, exactly, right, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, it's like in those days, the film industry was not as corporatized as it is today. So it was more like a family.
Yeah.
So Amit and I became friends in Pyar Ki Kahani. Amjad's father worked with me in another film of mine when I first came into the film industry, which was directed by Rishida.
Rishikesh Mukherjee, yeah.
It was called Mem Didi.
Right.
So that's how I knew Amjad. So it was like we all friends just got together and we were, you know, friends again, and we interacted like friends.
Right.
So it was great to be working together again.
अभी सारी जिंदगी तुम लोग अपना सब कुछ मुझ पर लौटाते रहे। आज जब मेरी बारी आई तो उसे इनकार कर रही।
ये तुम उन्हीं को दे देना।
भाभी देखो।
So among the directors that you worked with, who really stimulated your intellectual thinking?
I think it was Sharma ji,
Oh, really?
Kedar Sharma. He was the one who influenced me maximum.
Wow, really?
Yeah, after that everyone, I worked with Rishida also, but Rishida, you know, like treated me like one kid. Says, Sharma ji has taught you everything that you need to know. I am just going to let you do what you want to do.
Wow,
You do this and then you speak to me. And now Rishida was, you know, it's like Rishida was, how do you say, very Bengali, and he loved dogs. So he got along very well with my mother. My mother used to breed dogs.
Oh, wow.
So he says, if you give a good shot, then I will buy that dog from your mother.
I see.
I said, what is a dog's going to do with my mother and me and Rishida? Why good shot? Not. He says, yeah, I'll think about it. So, you know, he was not very serious where I was concerned. And it was a very halka-pulka story in any case. It was a fun film.
Well, you worked with another stalwart, none other than the great Raj Kapoor, I think Prem Rog.
Yeah.
So tell me about that experience.
Mind-blowing. Amazing director, because he's an actor himself, so he knows what he wants you to do.
Right.
And, you know, he had that ability to bring in the emotion, bring out the, not bring in, but bring out the emotion just by narrating the subject to you.
Yeah.
Just by narrating your particular character.
Right.
And the way he narrated it, it was like, you're there.
Right.
You're that character.
Yeah.
And yeah, But then again, Sharma ji Shagir, no?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
He was from Sharma's school,
Yes.
Kedar Sharma's school.
Yeah.
So that's, yeah, I suppose, yeah. Amazing, amazing.
उसी से मांगूंगी जो सबको देता है भगवान करे मेरी भी उम्र तुम्हें लग जाए मेरे भैया
When I was talking to Raj Sab, and Raj Kapoor ji told me that if you don't cheat the audience, they are so nice to you.
And as I have always said, and I'll say it again to you, for your viewers, that if you don't cheat the audience, they're very kind to you. Don't make a fool of them. Don't take them for granted. What do they know? No. They know it. They may not be as intelligent or critical as other audiences, but for what they have come there, they know that they want to be entertained.
You as an artist, when somebody approached you to act in a film, what was the criteria for you? How would you select, okay, I'll do this role or I won't do that role?
I think the subject made a difference.
Subject made a difference.
Till, no, not in the beginning, because we had a financial crisis. So I accepted anything and everything. And it was my mother who did the contract copies, etc. So I didn't get involved at all.
Right.
And I was what, 16 when I started?
Wow.
Yeah, 16. So, but later on when I did have a choice,
Yeah.
that was somewhere in the late 60s actually.
Right,
And I said, okay, I'm going to do 5 films a year.
Right.
And I will choose the subjects.
Right.
So I insisted on the director narrating the script to me.
Right.
If I liked the script, I would do the subject.
Right.
So money was not the criteria. Criteria was that it had to be a subject that it made sense to me as an artist.
Right.
So that's what I did.
Interesting. You know, you had, during the same period, soon after that, Zabardast, Hoshiar, Maati Mange Khoon, movies like that, but where you acted with different sets of artists.
Yeah, but that was, that point of time, that was after I got married. It was after I got married. So I'm talking about before I got married. I got married in 73.
Right, okay.
So before I got married, that was the criteria for me choosing films.
Right, right.
So after I got married, then I took whatever I could get. Because again, a financial crisis.
In the history of Indian cinema, because we are doing a special tribute to the history of Indian cinema, in India, is there a role difference between how a hero is perceived before marriage as compared to a heroine is perceived before marriage and after marriage? Does it make a difference from an audience perspective?
Yeah.
It does?
Yeah.
How
It used to earlier. I don't know, I mean now, like you have Madhuri Dixit, you have my daughter, they're both married, they're both mothers, and the audience accepts them.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah.
So this is the way I suppose the world changes. Their outlook, I mean, their way of looking at things, of perceiving things.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a difference. But in our time, it was different. So once you got married, you suddenly were given mother's roles or Bobby's roles or whatever.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
So it didn't matter what age you were.
Yeah.
So that was the criteria.
Yeah, because
that's how the producers saw you, how the audiences saw you, I suppose, yeah.
You were not only very popular in the Hindi cinema industry, but you also ventured into Marathi films, which was your mother tongue, of course, and then Bengali film industry. You were very popular in Bengal. Like, a lot of people think you are a Bengali because that's how popular you were in Bengal.
Yeah.
So tell me about this impact, in terms of your linguistic ability.
I pick up a language by ear.
Yeah.
And when I heard the Bengali, they sent me the dialogues of the movie.
Yeah.
It was actually Salil Chaudhary's brother, Babu, who introduced me to Bengali films. So why don't you do a Bengali film? So Salil said, okay, all family.
Yeah.
In those days, film industry was a family.
Right,
so
right.
everybody took everybody's opinion. So my mother talked to Salilda and they said, is it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how I came into Bengal. But I had, there's a kind of instinctual knowledge you have that somewhere along the line, this is a familiar language. Apart from the fact that Bengali's base is more Sanskrit, like Malayalam.
Right, right.
I found Malayalam easy to pick up because its base is Sanskrit. And there are a lot of words which are familiar in Bengali as well as Malayalam.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So I found that similarity there.
Interesting.
So Bengali was something that, Bengal gave me. Actually, they accepted the fact that there was versatility in me.
Well, in Bengal, one big name, and you and Uttam Kumar did a movie together.
My first film.
Your first film. And
he was very gracious.
Yeah.
Because he was like Amit ji.
Yeah.
Like a newcomer working with Amitabh Bachchan.
Right.
It's like that.
Yeah.
So I was a complete newcomer, didn't know a word of Bengali.
Yeah.
So he took me under his wing.
Yeah.
And
I remember in one of your previous interviews in India where you actually said you respected him because he did not talk at you, but he talked to you.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful statement.
That was, that was because he was such a big guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a star, legend. He was called Guru.
Yes.
I mean, it's like, for me, not that I was too backward because I had lots of gurus in my family also.
Yeah.
But for other people, he was very warm.
Yeah.
He welcomed me.
Yeah.
And yes, he talked to me. And he says, if you want to do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
Nothing to stop you from doing it.
Yeah.
So we did a couple of other films also together.
You worked with another stalwart, I guess it's Devanand, in Jewel Thief.
Dev Saab was an incredible human being. He had the ability to be so passionately involved in whatever sequence that he was doing. That passion is what, one just went along with it. He said, wow. And great fun guy, completely self-centered, very thrilled to be in the middle of a film and passionate about films.
Absolutely.
Passionate means his passion was unbelievable.
Right.
His films. He dreamt, slept, woke up, everything, movies. He was like a live wire. When you're in his you were in his presence, there was not one moment that you could sit down quietly. He would pace around you, and you had to pace with him. He was amazing.
No, it's amazing that you used the word live wire.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you something. I got to show you a little footage. I had the honor of interviewing Mr. Devanand, and the term live wire during our interview came up, and he talked about working with you in Jewel Thief as well. He was very happy, and Wahida ji also mentioned that word live wire. I want you to watch this.
My first hero was Devanand. He was very, very cooperative, very friendly. He's so full of energy. And I jokingly used to call him ever-ready battery. He never used to get tired.
Here we should say Duracell, because there's a commercial that never stops. It works double longer time. Okay, good.
He really is. He is completely, it's like I have to narrate an incident to you, okay?
Okay.
He came to me for me to do Hare Ram, Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
And he told my mother, he says, I'm coming to tell Tanu the story.
Yeah.
I said, okay, come.
Yeah.
Now he comes, after he's finished shooting, whatever he was shooting, he comes at about 10 o'clock, because I was also shooting till 10.
Yeah.
So I said, I'm not going to be home before 10:30.
Yeah.
By the time I removed my makeup and he came at about 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
till 2 o'clock in the morning, I was watching a tennis match. I watched a tennis match.
Yeah.
My head would go like this.
Yeah.
I said, Dev, stop. Stop. I can't do this anymore. And the first 2 hours was narrating the subject to me.
Yeah.
After that 1 hour trying to convince me that I should do this role, which Zeenat Aman did afterwards.
Yeah.
So I said, I have the absolute right person for you to do the role. And I mentioned Zeenat. And that I felt that she fitted that role perfectly.
Incredible.
She was unbelievable in that role. And later on, Dev Saab told me, you're right, Tanu, you're right. So, yeah, that's how he used to talk.
Another big star that you worked with, was Dharamji. So what was it like working with an artist like Dharmender?
Dharamji is my Paji. He's my brother. And how he became my brother, I have to narrate to you.
Okay.
Okay, I was shooting, I had done a film with him called Chand Aur Suraj.
Yes.
Black and white film.
Yeah.
And he had introduced me to Prakash Bhabiji. And Sunny was a bacha at that time. And Lali, his daughter, was 6 months old. So I have a photograph with Lali in my arms during that time.
Yeah.
Okay. So Dharamji and I that was our kind of relationship.
Right.
And I'm shooting one day for Bahari Phir Bhi Aayenge in Gurudutt Studios.
Yeah.
And Dharamji is also there.
Right.
Now Dharamji decided, okay, I'm going to forget that she's like my sister and I'm going to try to act smart with her.
Oh.
So he tried flirting with me. I have turned around and I have slapped him.
Wow.
And then suddenly came to and said, oh, mainu maaf kar de, maaf kar. He went on till his father rang me and says, please, tie Rakhi on him. He wants to make you his sister. So that is how Dharamji is my brother.
Wow, wow, wow.
So forever and ever and ever, he's the bestest brother ever.
In the film industry, when the artists are working together, you're on several outdoor shoots, you're on indoor shoots, and sometimes alcohol plays a role with some people, sometimes it doesn't, okay?
No, I think it depends on the individual.
Yeah.
I think if I had wanted to flirt around and do whatever was supposed to or expected of the heroines to do.
Yeah.
But then I'm more of a guy kind of girl.
Yeah.
In the sense that the boys think I'm one of the boys because I sit and drink with them. I smoke with them.
Yeah.
I talk to them like, they talk to me about their girlfriends.
Yeah.
So it's more like we are buddies.
Yeah.
So I never had a problem.
Yeah. Was it the convent education that gave you the foundation to have a more progressive thinking?
No, not really.
Okay.
It's, I think it's my parents, both of them were very progressive people.
Interesting.
And they encouraged me to think for myself.
Yeah.
They said it's very important for you to be able to think for yourself. And then my mother shoved me off to a boarding school when I was 12 in Switzerland. But funnily enough, I went to a finishing school before I went to a regular school.
Interesting.
Because my sister was at the finishing school and there was a place open there and said, might as well let her learn the language first. So they sent me to learn French at the finishing school.
Yeah.
And then after that, in September, I joined my regular school, which was an English school in Switzerland.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I have had a pretty sort of open kind of education.
I see. Well, most recently, you won an award, for your role in a Marathi film, Pitrun. Now, this was interesting because you actually had to go beyond the call of normal requirement to actually shave off your hair. Now, that's quite a sacrifice, and it's interesting. That particular film, what attracted you towards that subject matter?
The director came to me, and I was in Lonavala, where I stay in my little hill station. And I said, narrate the subject. I said, if I like it, if I like the character, I'll do it. And I like the character. So maybe 3/4 of the way, not even 3/4, halfway through the film, I said, okay, I'll do it.
Oh.
It's like instinctively, an artist, at least I instinctively know what makes sense. Do I see this character?
Yeah.
Is that character inside me? Can I bring this character out in its authenticity?
Wow.
And I said, yes, I can.
तुमचे वडील माधवराव एखादी अतृप्त इच्छा मनात ठेवून गेले हे नक्की.
And shaving my head off was an amazing experience, I must tell you this.
Yeah.
Because it was like, I was 8 when my mother had shaved my head off. I was 8 years old. And after that, I shaved my head off when I was 70. So it's like, it was actually like feeling free.
Really?
It was a kind of freedom that came about. It was like shedding all my old ideas, thoughts, or whatever it was, and saying, wow, I've got a clean slate now, and I can think about something different.
Wow.
And I can do something different now. Now, with this off my head, it was literally a physical feeling of release, as well as a mental, spiritual feeling as well. आज मी बोलणार.
कोण आहात तुम्ही साहेब?
50 वर्षानंतर आज मी बोलणार.
In one of the statements I was admiring you, there was some parallel that you drew there between the interaction between you and your mother and your daughters and yourself.
Simply said is that my daughters were brought up by actually my grandmother and my mother.
Ah, I see.
And I only reiterated what they taught them because that is what they taught me.
So the value system continued.
Value system continued. And it's the same values that they gave me, I gave to my children. But they also helped me to inculcate those same values into my children. What we say is sanskar. You know, it's the value system which is inherent in all human beings. The value of being human. That was what was important. Not just a system where, you know, in this country the value system is like this, so in this country it's like this, in this country it's like this, or the West is like this, and the East is like this. No, not that value. The value of being a human being. What is a good human being? You have to bring up your children like a good human being. So that's what my mother and my grandmother did for me. That's what they did for my children, and that's what I reiterated when my children were concerned.
मैं देखती हूँ मेरे होते हुए कौन तुझे इस घर से निकालता है.
नहीं भाभी, ये हमारे घर में नहीं रह सकती है.
तू कौन होता है ये फैसला करने वाला? अभी मैं जिंदा हूँ.
Needless to say, your children have turned out to be an extraordinary pride, you know, for you and for the country. I mean, let's take a look at Kajol first.
नहीं माँ, ये सपना नहीं है. मैं मानती हूँ मैं उससे कभी मिली नहीं, उसे कभी देखा नहीं, पर वो है.
अरे अंधी है क्या?
हाँ, आपको दिखाई नहीं दिया? आप भी अंधे हैं क्या?
जैसा झूम लूं मैं, अरे नारे नारे ना, जैसा घूम लूं मैं, अरे नारे नारे ना. लगी धड़का ये दिल, सांस थमने लगी. चेहरा सजा के रखना, चेहरा छुपा के रखना.
Her performance has been outstanding in the film industry. At a very young age, she has made a great contribution already. And she's a remarkably brilliant artist, great actress. And congratulations to your son-in-law.
Na commitment, na appointment. Only punishment.
मुलाकात हो गई, जिससे डरते थे, वही बात हो गई.
जो कानून तोड़ेगा मैं उसकी हड्डियां तोड़ूंगा चंद्रकांत जी. सुनवाई तर झाली, आता फैसला माझ्या घरी.
मैं सिर्फ एक ही बार बोलता हूँ.
तो दूसरी बार नहीं बोलेगा तू?
मैं बोलूंगा, लेकिन सुनने के लिए ये नहीं होगा.
हमारी तस्वीरें खींच के अपनी दुकान में लगा लेना शोएब. कभी जरूरत पड़े डीएसपी से और आप बाजीराव सिंघम से, जो सही के साथ सही और गलत के साथ सही करने की हिम्मत, ताकत और जुर्रत रखता है.
And you know, he's been excelling as well in the industry, and he's got a lot of success.
I'm very, very proud of both of them. Actually.
Both of them. How would you describe Kajol?
Very difficult, actually, to describe her. She is very multifaceted. And I think she's the kind of person, both my children are, in a way, and each has her own personality.
Right.
And to be able to describe them is very difficult.
Whatever you have been through, what have you been able to inculcate in them in terms of your own experience?
One thing very important was that you have to earn your respect. You can't demand it, you can't command it. You have to earn it. Anywhere in life, but particularly so where the film industry is concerned.
Right.
And just because you are talented doesn't mean you should take your talent for granted. You must be able to improve on every performance.
Right.
Watch yourself objectively.
Right.
And see where you could have done something better. That is what...
Your family is extraordinarily well accomplished, and you know, you've done very well in the film industry, and you've also very generously given back to the community, because both you and Kajol and your son-in-law, Ajay Devgan, were all present for the Social Heart. You did a lot of fundraising for this worthy cause. So tell me about this particular cause. Also, you did some outstanding work for the Mother and Child Care Hospital, Surya.
Surya, yes.
Yeah, these are your pet projects, for that matter. So tell me about the importance of giving back to the community.
Yeah, that is very important. If you don't give back, you are going to be filled up with so much, and it will probably push you down. Being filled up with so much, it sort of compresses you.
Yeah.
So the more you give,
yeah,
the more open you are,
yeah,
the more you can take in,
yeah,
to be able to give out again.
Right.
So I feel giving is wonderful.
Congratulations, Dr. Avasthi. I know that every mother, every child who comes under the care of this hospital will be very well looked after.
One of the most glamorous industries, I would say, out of the Indian subcontinent is really the film industry. And you've been an important part of that fraternity. You and a number of your colleagues who've all made such a great contribution. How do you perceive your own industry?
I think it's one of the most amazing industries of all industries, because it not only entertains, it sort of takes you out of yourself,
yeah,
into another world,
yeah,
where you can dream,
yeah,
and for that moment in time, that is so important. That time out. That is what the films, music, all the gives to you, does for you, is opens your heart up.
Absolutely.
And allows you,
yeah,
to express yourself when the audience is watching you.
Yeah.
And that is what I have been, particularly where I'm concerned. I don't know, I like people, I'm a people's person. So,
right,
I go out into the thing, I go to the market.
Yeah.
And when people come up to me, what is such a joy for me to see is that I have in some way made them happy.
Wow.
And this is what the film industry does. So I think it's a great, great industry. And I'm very fortunate that I'm part of it.
One role that you feel that you have not done in your life, because you've acted in hundreds of movies, you've been the heroine in many movies. If there is one particular role that you wish you had done, that you have not done so far, what would that be?
I haven't found it yet.
I see.
The day I find it, I'll let you know.
I see. I see.
Yeah. It's always something to look forward to, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was an interesting incident in which, I think it was the award, but you could not go there, and your daughter, Kajol, went very graciously.
I remember sort of vaguely that she went to, I was not well at that time.
Oh, see there? See now.
I was not well at that time. And
see, at least now you can tell her that we picked it up for you, okay? So take a look at that. This will give you a pleasant memory.
On behalf of my mother, I think what she said was that you've got to be there, so you better be there.
What can we expect from this great Tanuja ji in the future?
Oh, I don't know. I'm going to do a Bengali film. Very interesting subject. It's about a grandmother and a little boy, 7 years old. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that.
That's
Young
wonderful.
director, new fellow. So, yeah.
There was a time that you actually felt that you didn't want to be a director with all the experience that you have as an actor in the film industry, as an actress, as a heroine. But you still preferred not to direct a film because, you felt that you're really an on-camera person. Has there been any change in your thoughts since then?
No. Not at all. I'm very happy in front of the camera. I'm very happy being directed.
Right.
I don't want to direct. Yeah. I have enough direction doing. I do enough direction in the NGO that I'm running, so it's okay.
Tell me about the NGO that you're running.
I run a small little NGO called Lonavala Khandala Citizens Forum, which is in the hill station that I live in, which is between Bombay and Pune. And it's about bringing the infrastructure back into the two little twin towns that we have, bringing in clean water, garbage free. So let's see, one step at a time.
That's brilliant.
So that's what we are doing.
That's
all
brilliant.
the citizens getting together.
सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज़ क्या है कि हम बात करते ज़रूर हैं लेकिन करके नहीं दिखाते और हमारा लोनावला खंडाला सिटीजन्स फोरम का दावा है
कि ये हम करके दिखाएंगे। हम पूरा देश तो बदल नहीं सकते, पूरा देश को तो साफ सफाई नहीं कर सकते, लेकिन हम हमारे इस छोटे से कोने को तो कर सकते हैं और हम ये करके दिखाएंगे।
I am a part of Lonavala, Khandala forum because of Tanuji. एक बहुत ज़रूरी चीज़ आनी चाहिए जो है रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी। तो अगर हम प्रोग्रेस कर रहे हैं तो हमको ये भी देखना है कि उससे चीज़ें ख़राब हो रही हैं या अच्छी हो रही हैं। और ये बहुत मुश्किल काम नहीं है। अगर आप अपना घर साफ रख सकते हैं तो आप यहाँ रहते हैं, ये आपका घर है, और अपना शहर क्यों नहीं साफ कर सकते।
As Ajay said, जैसे अजय ने कहा कि progress is necessary to grow. Yes, that is necessary. That is the way forward. वही होना चाहिए और वही लोनावला के साथ भी होना चाहिए।
Congratulations on this entry to the Toronto International Film Festival. Your film, Death in the Gunj. So please tell me about it.
Konkona Sen Sharma came to me with this idea that I would like you to do this film. And I said, well, I'd like to hear the subject. And then she told me it's based on a true story. They had, her grandparents had a house in Maklasky Ganj in Uttarakhand, which is now, it was Bihar at that time. And this incident actually happened. It's a true story. About Anglo-Indian Bengali family who's married to a colonel who's a Punjabi guy. And they have this little house in Maklasky Ganj. And this whole episode, they go there for a holiday. The children come there for a holiday as well to this aunt and uncle's house. And this episode takes place. And I was like, when she narrated the subject to me, I had my eyes closed, and I have never done this in my life. I could actually visualize the film. And when we shot the film, which was, we were there for about 40 days, and in Bihar, it was exactly like I expected it to be. Then when I saw the film while I was dubbing it, it was very real for me. I mean, you know, it was an amazing film. And she is such a brilliant director. She has the ability, because she is a terrific actress herself, and she's able to explain to the actor what she wants out of them. So she's an actor's director.
Remarkable.
And her mother is also a brilliant director, as you know, and an actor. But I think her daughter has surpassed her, definitely.
What about any Indo-Hollywood co-production in which have you expressed any interest at all in acting in an English film, for that matter, outside of India?
No. Nobody's approached me.
Oh, so but you would be open to it if somebody did?
Yeah, if I like the subject, yes. If I like the character, yes.
Yeah.
I'm open.
Something like a Madame Suzatska. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
You know, you're an effective communicator. Your linguistic skills are tremendous. The fact that you're very dynamic in your way of expression, have anybody not approached you to get involved in politics at all in the past?
Of course they have.
Yeah, and what was your...
They're continuously doing it. I mean, I don't know, since Mrs. Gandhi's time,
yeah,
the Congress...
Because you have a lot of popularity and credibility.
But then I'm not interested in politics.
I see, okay.
I'm a totally apolitical person.
Okay.
Yes, I'm interested in my country.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to do what I need to do for the country.
Right.
When the time comes, when the appropriate moment comes, but I will not go into politics. I will not be a politician. I'm a diplomat.
Yeah.
So, yes, I can do diplomacy, but I cannot do politics. For me, politics, I don't even know how to spell the blood. So, yeah, no, politics doesn't make sense to me. I feel that, you know, you can't change the country. It's not possible. If I'm able to change one human being, I'm fine with that. Because that human being who I have managed to change, who has understood that change is the only constant, will change another human being. So that's how the whole change starts. And this I was told by the Dalai Lama himself. He says, I can't count beyond one. So we couldn't figure out why he couldn't count beyond one. He says, yeah, this is, if you empower one person, once you have to, first you have to empower yourself, then you empower another person, and then when that person empowers another person, so you're only one. So we are all one, actually. So that's how it happens.
You've been such a high-profile person from the Indian subcontinent. You've been interviewed on many television networks, and you've been featured in many glossy magazines. You made the front page cover of many magazines in India. And in a modest way, we're running an operation in Canada catering to the needs of our community in this part of the world.
I think it's brilliant because it's about understanding that diversity is strength. And this I found in Canada, that there is such a vast amount of diversity here and different kinds of people from different parts of the world, and they're all very proud to be Canadian, which I think is unbelievable. Unbelievable. But I have to believe it because I'm seeing it, and it makes me, it really thrills me. And what you have done with your organization is absolutely brilliant. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
Thank you so much. Such an honor having you in the studio with us.
My pleasure, my honor, and thank you.
Please convey our regards to your family.
I will.
And may God bless you. And we want to hear more and more great things about Tanuja in years to come. We would love to have you back in the studio.
God willing.
Enjoy yourself in Canada, and anything we can do for you anytime, it's for the asking.
Thank you. It's been an honor.
It's been a pleasure having you.
We hope you've enjoyed this presentation. Please like, share, and subscribe so you can be up to date with all our content.